As we travel our way fishing throughout the southeast and southwestern parts of the United States, each place we stop has its own character and its own personality, as does this place. Where in the world could we be going fishing where you see a lot of these pumping their way in the background? We're about to show you, and the fishing is going to be surprisingly good. Let's Fish TV is on the air right now. That is a fish. Oh man, look at this.
It's time for the only program that brings you real-time fishing reports from the Southeast region every week.
Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that. Woo!
This is Let's Fish.
Hi everybody, I'm so glad you're with us for this week's episode. We are coming to you from one of the most unlikely places for a great fishing lake that I've ever seen in my entire career. You drive across the wide open expanse of the Texas Panhandle and you drive up onto a scene that I'm about to show you. Very unusual. Right now we have the brand new Camus CX21, the top end dream fishing machine, all rigged out and ready to go, and I have it perched up on a cliff. Now come in here, I want to show you this. So you're driving out across the Panhandle and you come upon this scene. This is Lake Meredith. It's located north of Amarillo, Texas. It's a big dammed up canyon and it is spectacularly breathtaking. The scenery here is flat out gorgeous. This place is loaded with all kinds of fish. Bass and catfish and crappie, but we're going walleye fishing today. That's right, walleye fishing in Texas. Parks and Wildlife has done a great job of managing the walleye fishery here over the years. Now I'm going to tell you the story of the ups and the downs of Lake Meredith. It's in a big comeback right now and the walleye fishing is nothing short of fantastic. So while we're doing that, we're taking you around the region for this week's fishing reports from our expert team of insider reporters from lakes, rivers, and bays right where you live, both saltwater and freshwater. So right now, the Camus CX21 goes way down there into Lake Meredith. Next time you see me, I hope to have a walleye on the end of my line. Right now, let's get everything started back at the studio and your weekend planner.
Hello, these Salooner tables are predicting good game fish activity both days this weekend. Peak times begin at 5:14 on Saturday and 6:14 Sunday morning. Late afternoon action will begin at 5:49 on Saturday and 6:49 Sunday. Looks like the early bird will get more than a worm this weekend. The sun will rise at 6:23 and set at 8:14, and evenings will feature a moon that is 43% visible. Stay with us, we've got fishing reports from across the area on the way. Plus, Bassmaster elite angler Mark Menendez stops by to answer your Ask the Pro question. Back in a bit.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Motor Guides Tour Pro, cable steer motor with GPS anchor, Waypoint Marine, the Gulf Coast's leading saltwater boating specialist, Strike King, Taiwan On, and by Low Boats. Welcome to Low Country.
Here's your good Lake Meredith walleye catchable population, and they're in here all different sizes. You're gonna have fun if you want to catch walleye. Got a hit, but he didn't get it. Now he got it. Now he got it. All right, be a walleye, be a walleye. There we go. There's your walleye. Let's just pull him in. All right, welcome back everybody. We've made it out onto Lake Meredith and we've got us a walleye. Not a big one, it's about a 15, 16 incher. I'll explain to you what you have to do to keep, or what you can keep here, but let me give you a little information about Lake Meredith. As we mentioned, it's at the little town of Fritch, Texas. There's another little town called Sanford, and it's not far from Borger, Texas, and it's north of Amarillo, Texas. So that just kind of situates you as to where the lake is located. It's the only water around here. People come from all over the place to fish, mostly for walleye and crappie and some bass here at Lake Meredith. The lake is about 16,000 acres when it's at normal level. At normal level, it's got like 120 feet of water, something like that in it. It's a real deep, clear, rocky kind of a lake. It's on the Canadian River. The upper end of the lake stays really muddy, but the rest of the lake, which is down here where we are right now, it's really clear water. It's beautiful water, as a matter of fact. The scenery around here is just absolutely spectacular. Canyons, rocks, cliffs. The terrain is a lot of pretty rugged terrain. You would really think that you're in Utah or Arizona, someplace like that, if you really didn't know that you were in Texas. But it is a gorgeous place, and it's got lots of species of fish in it, all the common ones, the largemouth bass, crappie, catfish, all of those, white bass. But what it's got that every place doesn't have, it's got smallmouth bass, and it's got what we're going to call a catchable population of walleye, and I'm going to explain what catchable population means.
Welcome to Week's Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama Fishing Report. This report is brought to you by TH Marine. They're the leader in all things boating. Whether you fish, recreational boat, whatever you do, if it involves a boat, you need to go to TH Marine and check out their product line. They've got just what you're looking for. It is summertime. The fish are schooling offshore. They're just starting, the groups of fish are starting to get bigger and bigger and bigger. In Mississippi, Bay Springs. The nighttime bite on Bay Springs has gotten really good. I'm fishing big spinner baits, kind of the usual suspects for nighttime fishing. During the day, they get out there deep and avoid that, the sun and that clear water. Night, they get up on top of it and feed like crazy. Alabama is all about Gunnersville right now. Big swim baits, worms, jigs. You can catch them on deep diving crankbaits, but you can also catch them on top early and late, and that is a lot of fun and a great way to catch a great big one. In Tennessee, I'm gonna take you over to Douglas Lake. You get over them and find them with your depth finder, and drop shot, you can catch them on just a ton of different ways, but you really want to go find them with your depth finder. 3 different lakes, 3 different ways to catch them, but all a lot of fun. We'd love to see you here. God bless.
I'm swimming with it. He's got it. All right, that's going to be a walleye. A little better fight. Yeah, a little better fish. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to slide a quick net under him. Pull him aboard. Welcome aboard, buddy. That's a Lake Meredith walleye. Well, I mentioned that walleye are structure fish rather than cover. Here's what I mean by that. First of all, let me get this fish back in the water. He would be maybe 17 incher, 18 incher, something like that. Back he goes. So a bass and a crappie are cover fish, meaning they want to get in something. They want to get in a grass bed, a bush, a lay down log, in a rock pile. They want to be surrounded by something. A walleye wants to be near some kind of structure, which means bottom contour, a drop off or a rise in the bottom of some kind. But he doesn't necessarily have to be in cover. He doesn't have to be in a bush or something like that. Now you can catch walleye out of grass beds and bushes and treetops and those kinds of things, but they don't necessarily have to have that. They're more of an open water fish. So like right now, I'm fishing a rock point that runs out here in front of me, and a lot of it's underwater. There's one, got another one. Ooh, that's a good one. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, you got to come to the surface, buddy. That's another good one. Another good one. Another good one. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the better ones right there. That's one of those bigger ones. And he's about an inch bigger than my board. So that's about a 19 incher right there. There you go. There's your good Lake Meredith walleye catchable population. And they're in here all different sizes. You're gonna have fun if you wanna catch walleye in Texas. Texas walleye. This lake's had its share of hard times. There's one around the bush. Did he come loose? He did come loose. Okay. That's going to be another walleye. Yep. Just a decent fish. Just an average walleye right there. Welcome back, everybody. Lake Meredith walleye fishing today. Texas walleye. And let me give you a little information and explain some of what's happened here at Lake Meredith. That's just another average fish for here. This lake's had its share of hard times. First of all, for many, many years, this lake nearly went dry. It got down there with only 26 feet of water left in the channel. They sucked it out for water supply out of the Canadian River for Lubbock and Amarillo and some of the other towns in between, and basically just ran this place dry. Then we had a huge drought, and the place nearly dried up. All the boat ramps closed, marinas closed, everything shut down. Then, in the mid-2013s to 15s, a lot of rain started happening here. They caught some water. They started conserving this water, not pulling so much of it out of here for some of these water supply, for some of these towns. And the lake started filling back up. And now it's back to about 80 feet of water out in the river channel. So the fishing's coming back. The walleye are spawning, bass are spawning. They're restocking walleye back in here. The Texas Parks and Wildlife Department's just done a tremendous job of taking care of this fishery. But it's just a tremendous success story. In 2013, they had a terrible golden algae kill, and it nearly killed every fish in the lake. Only some of the bigger walleye that were right down in the middle of the river channel survived, and some catfish. Everything else basically died in the lake. And so again, they had to completely restock it, had to come back completely from scratch again. But from 2013 until now, just in a span of 6 or 7 years, this lake is just, it's really on fire.
Inshore and offshore fishing has been red hot along the southeast coast. I'll be back in a minute with more information, but first this word from our good friends at Miralure. Miralure, building quality saltwater lures since 1937, including the new line of Mirrodine plugs. Turn on the bite anytime, tie on a Miralure. Captain Robert Brody in Biloxi, Mississippi says the big spotted sea trout continue to offer great fishing, available in the Gulfport Harbor and near the casino bayfront, especially around the Beau Rivage. There's a lot of rubble there and some rock jetties. Get there early in the morning, fish topwater plugs, slow, mid-depth swimmers and jigs. In Alabama, Mobile Bay fishing for spotted sea trout continues to be very good early in the morning. Triple tail fishing is also excellent in the Bay Area. Once the sun gets up, and you can spot those fish around Flotsam and around some of the channel markers and buoys out there. In Georgia, king mackerel fishing has been excellent along the beaches. Some of these fish are really big, getting some 20 and 30 pound fish, and it's not far offshore. It's within 3 to 5 miles of the beaches. These fish are being caught by slow trolling live menhaden baits and also chum fishing. Look for bait schools, work the tide edges around some of the inlets and sound areas that push offshore there. Well, that's it for fishing along the southeast coast. Get out in the water and take a youngster with you when you go.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Bobby Garland Crappie Baits and the original Baby Shad and new slab Huntar Minnow. Glacier Glove. Stay outdoors longer with our gloves, hats, and shades. Balls Out. Made in the USA. Heavy-duty mounts for your fish finders. And by Camus Boats. Tomorrow's tournament boat today.
You can catch a bunch of them here, evidently, because I've never been here before, never seen the lake before, and I have caught my share of them already. Ooh, that feels like a better pull. Let's see if it is. Welcome back, everybody. We're still on beautiful Lake Meredith, Texas Panhandle, catching walleye today. Yes, that's right. You heard me right, walleye. We're having a great day of it too, catching a lot of fish. That one is not big. They're all about like this, but you can catch a bunch of them here, evidently, because I've never been here before, never seen the lake before, and I have caught my share of them already. Just about to get in rocks too, so I better grab the trolling motor. This lake is still about 50 feet low. You can keep one under 16 inches and 3 over for a total of 5, and that one is about 15.5 inches right there. You catch a bunch of them like that, and they're a blast to catch. They fight like crazy, especially on this spinning tackle like I'm using today, and I've really found a little spinner that they really do like. It's a heavy spinner that Strike King makes called a rocket shad. I'll show it to you at the end of the show. Haven't used it much before, but they are eating it off the end of this rod today. And all I'm doing is just making little short pitches out on these little rock points and rock ridges underwater, places where the water falls off, letting it go almost to the bottom, and then I'm just bringing it in on a straight, steady retrieve, feeling those blades turn, and they are whacking it. Lake Meredith.
Hey folks, it's time for your Carolinas Report. This week brought to you by Crazy Sister Marina, the leader in water sports along the Grand Stream. Come down and let us take care of all your needs on the water. Visit www.crazysistermarina.com. Come down, check out our charters, inshore, nearshore, offshore. Come rent a boat, do it yourself. We got eco tours, kayaks, paddle boards, whatever you want to do on the water. Again, visit crazysistermarina.com and book your trip right now. We're going to talk about freshwater this week. Let's go to Santee, Lake Marion, Lake Moultrie. Actually, the diversion canal between the two. If you're looking for some steady action with stripers in the morning and late afternoon, you can find it right there in the diversion canal. Pretty simple. Whopper plopper, Zara spooks, top dogs, anything you can walk the dog with or make some action on top. You're going to find some great catches right now of some good fish this time of the year, and get out and enjoy that extended year-long limit where we can take our stripers out of the Santee Lake system now, thanks to the changes in regulations. But let's go up to Lake Murray. Cool water, that's what you're looking for if you want to find a largemouth bass right now. Go up to the Saluda River where it starts dumping down into the lake. Bridge pilings, great areas, deep water. You're going to find that cooler water down there. You find bait, you're going to find fish right now. Hey, they're looking for cool spots just like we are. This has been your Carolinas Report. Remember, fish smarter, not harder, and keep your chaos organized.
Got it. And it's getting automatic right now. What have I got? Come up and show your head. Whoa, 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 whoa. He's pulling hard. Still can't see him. There he goes. Just an average walleye. Beautiful in that clear water. Yeah. All right, well, let me tell you this. I'm whacking the camera lady for one thing with my rod tip. Here's what I've discovered in about a day and a half of fishing here at Lake Meredith. You know, you talk about a catchable population of walleye. There's a difference between coming out and the average guy with average gear, average skill level, can come out, target walleye, and expect to catch them, versus catching one by accident. I've caught tons of walleye in my life and in my career by accident while I was bass fishing, while I was crappie fishing. Lakes that have walleye in them don't mean that they have a catchable population. But a catchable population here is definitely the fact that you can come here and do this and fully expect that you can catch these fish. Now, obviously at a 30-minute television show, I can't anywhere near show you all the fish that we've caught, but you're looking at just a bunch of the fish we've caught. They're just all sizes. We caught a bunch of small walleye. You know, a small here is gonna be 12 to 14 inches, something like that. We've caught some medium-sized ones, those 16, 17 inches. And then we've caught a couple of pretty nice ones, caught up to 20 inches. But the average guy can just get on a point and sit there with some live bait or a little grub like I'm fishing and expect to catch some. That's the cool thing about Lake Meredith.
Watch our latest episode or catch up on past episodes on our website at letsfishtv.com. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter for new fishing videos every day. And download the free Waypoint TV app to get all the latest episodes every week on your phone, tablet, computer, or smart TV. Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Mercury, Go Boldly, Lowrance, America's #1 fish finder, Lose, Feel the Difference, and by Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, Alabama. Get our free fishing guide at orangebeach.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's get right to your Ask the Pro question for this week. Jameson wants to know, how did you catch the biggest fish that you've ever caught? For an answer, we asked Bassmaster Elite Angler Mark Menendez.
I caught the biggest bass in the first 31 years of Bassmaster competition. That's my personal best, a 13-pound, 9-ounce bass at Richland Chambers during the Megabucks tournament. It was day 2, cold, overcast day, perfect day for a spinnerbait. I wind a big half-ounce spinnerbait beside a tree in about 14 feet of water on a channel swing. Fish eats it and gets it to the side of the boat, and I couldn't hardly stop it. Got it to surface behind the boat about 20 feet, reeled it about 4 times. Reached down there, my partner reached down there and got it, picked it up, and it just kept coming, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Threw it in the live well and instantly knew I had something special. But the most notable thing about that was the guy's name that landed that fish for me. Bass word, this is the truth, the guy's name was Noble Handy. And he did a noble job for me that day, and the rest is Bassmaster history.
Thank you, Mark. If you want some help from one of the pros, simply go to letsfishtv.com and follow the Ask the Pro link to submit a question. Now it's time to find out who wins this week's Big Catch of the Week.
We are back at the boat ramp at beautiful Lake Meredith in the Texas Panhandle, and it's time right now for this week's winner in the Big Catch of the Week contest. He's Michael James of Soddy Daisy, Tennessee, showing an 11.5-pound largemouth bass he caught at Lake Chickamauga in Tennessee. If you'd like to enter, just go to our website at letsfishtv.com, scroll down toward the bottom of the page to the Big Catch of the Week area, click enter, and follow the instructions to send in your big fish photo. There are lots of techniques and lots of gear that will catch walleye even here at Lake Meredith, but 2 in particular that worked very well for us today. On your left is an old bait that's making a big comeback. This is the Strike King Rocket Shad. It's a real heavy, compact bait that sinks quickly, gets down quickly to where the walleye are. It's got a little spinnerbait blade on it, a little small skirt, a double hook. Does a great job of catching walleye. And then on your right is the Bobby Garland Moglo jig head. That's a 1/24 ounce size, and on the back of that is a Bobby Garland Baby Shad Swimmer. It caught both walleye and lots of crappie here at Lake Meredith on this week's show. I've had lots of screw-ups in my life, and I can speak from experience when I tell you that we all need to get better at taking responsibility for our mistakes and then apologizing for them. There are a couple of real good benefits that happen when you do. First of all, you just sleep better at night. Your conscience feels freer. And secondly, your relationships get better. And that is important for all of us. We really enjoyed our first trip ever to Lake Meredith in the Texas Panhandle. I can tell you that the scenery and the landscape around this place is absolutely stunning. It is truly an oasis in the middle of a pretty flat prairie land out here in the Panhandle. Our special thanks to Blair at Right On Bait and Tackle. It's a little shop right down by the dam. They've got ice and drinks and snacks and minnows, those kinds of things. He knows a lot about the lake, and you might stop in there if you're making your first trip here. From Lake Meredith, north of Amarillo, Texas, until next week, I'm Barry Stokes, saying let's fish, everybody. Be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you want to see more fishing tips, how-to videos, big fish catches, and full episodes of our Let's Fish TV show, be sure to subscribe right here to our YouTube channel. You can also like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. Good fishing out there.